In 2024, a freight train loaded with goods marked the opening of a direct rail corridor between China and Iran, a bold new artery for global trade. This historic journey, stretching across thousands of kilometers, is more than just a logistical achievement. It's a testament to the ambition and cooperation of nations determined to reshape the flow of commerce across continents. This isn't just a railway, it's a symbol of a shifting world order, connecting China's vast manufacturing hubs to Iran's rich energy resources and bypassing traditional sea routes that have dominated global trade for centuries. By forging this overland link, both countries are reducing their dependence on maritime shipping and opening up new possibilities for economic growth. The launch, attended by leaders from China, Iran, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan, signals a deepening regional alliance and a new era of continental trade. Their presence at the inauguration highlights the strategic importance of this corridor, not just for the countries directly involved, but for the entire region. The route slashes transit times, avoids maritime chokepoints like the Suez Canal, and offers a safer, more reliable alternative to shipping by sea. It reduces exposure to piracy, political instability, and congestion that often plague ocean routes, making trade more predictable and efficient. For the first time, a direct land bridge links the world's largest manufacturer with a major Middle Eastern energy producer, reshaping supply chains and creating new economic opportunities. This connection is expected to boost trade volumes, foster industrial collaboration, and stimulate investment along the entire corridor. This project is more than infrastructure. It's a blueprint for a new framework of international relations, where land-based power rivals the dominance of the seas. It demonstrates how strategic vision and engineering can overcome geographic barriers and political divides. The world is watching as this Iron Silk Road paves the way for tomorrow's global economy, promising to transform not only trade routes but also the relationships between nations for generations to come. To grasp the China-Iran railway's significance, consider the Malacca dilemma, China's dependence on the narrow, vulnerable Strait of Malacca for most of its oil imports. This choke point is a strategic risk, easily blockaded and patrolled by rival navies, especially the US for China. Finding alternatives has become a national security imperative, shaping its foreign policy and infrastructure investments. The new rail link offers a direct land route to the Persian Gulf, letting China import energy without relying on risky sea lanes. Oil can now move from Iranian ports straight to China's western provinces, reducing exposure to maritime threats and diversifying supply routes. Every shipment along this corridor chips away at China's vulnerability, turning a geographic weakness into a strategic strength. The railway isn't just about efficiency, it's about autonomy and security in a volatile world. This is the logic driving China's 21st century grand strategy. The China-Iran Railway is a vital thread in the vast Belt and Road Initiative, China's vision to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa through infrastructure. The BRI aims to open new markets, secure resources, and cement China's central role in global trade. By building railways, pipelines, and ports, China is weaving a network that binds dozens of countries to its economic orbit. The Iran corridor addresses the Malacca dilemma, opens the Iranian market, and creates a southern land bridge to the Middle East and beyond. Integrating Iran challenges Western isolation efforts and strengthens China's influence across Eurasia. Each new project, like this railway, adds resilience and reach to China's network. The recent China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan railway further expands these connections, bypassing traditional routes. China is laying the tracks for a new world order, one where it sits at the center of the world's most dynamic region. For Iran, the direct rail link to China is a game-changer, breaking decades of isolation and opening new doors for international engagement. This ambitious project is transforming Iran into a pivotal transit hub, connecting east and west like never before. The railway brings immediate benefits: transit fees, foreign investment, and a surge in economic activity across the country. It provides a much-needed lifeline for Iran's struggling economy, creating jobs and revitalizing local industries. It also deepens ties with China, strengthening a partnership that is reshaping regional dynamics. For Tehran, this relationship offers protection against Western pressure and sanctions, giving Iran more leverage on the world stage. Iran now plays a new role at the heart of Eurasian trade. Goods from East Asia to Europe can flow through Iran faster and more efficiently than ever before. This makes Iran indispensable to the Belt and Road network. The country is rapidly modernizing its infrastructure, electrifying key rail lines to boost capacity and reliability. Logistics centers are being upgraded to handle the surge in trade, with new technology and expanded facilities. Major investments from China and Russia are integrating Iran into broader regional networks, making it a vital link in a new economic corridor. These connections extend to Russian ports and beyond, opening up new markets and trade routes for Iranian goods. As the West sought to isolate Iran, new alliances began to take shape. China and Russia saw an opportunity to bring Iran into their sphere of influence, forging a powerful economic and strategic partnership. Iran is no longer just an oil exporter, it's becoming a crucial land bridge in global commerce, connecting continents and economies. This railway is a symbol of Iran's strategic reorientation and its return to the center of Eurasian affairs, shaping the future of regional trade and cooperation. The China-Iran Railway enters a crowded field of trade corridors, each competing to connect east and west. The northern corridor through Russia has become unreliable due to the Ukraine war and sanctions, forcing shippers to seek alternatives. The middle corridor, crossing the Caspian Sea and bypassing Russia and Iran, faces logistical hurdles and higher costs. The southern corridor, the China-Iran link, offers an all-land route, avoiding sea crossings and providing the most direct path between China and the Middle East. For trade to Europe via Turkey, it's a compelling alternative. The competition among these routes is driving massive infrastructure investment across the region. Kazakhstan, for example, is upgrading its railways and launching new services to maintain its transit status. This battle of the corridors is the new great game, where infrastructure and transit fees are the prizes. The China-Iran Railway has intensified this race for Eurasian connectivity. The China-Iran Railway is more than commerce. It's a cornerstone of a new strategic alignment between China, Iran, and Russia, often called the CERN axis. United by a desire to counter U.S. dominance, these powers are building networks independent of Western control. The railway links China and Iran, while Russia connects via the INSTC, creating a powerful, sanctions-resistant bloc. The West is responding with its own initiatives, like the EU's Global Gateway and the G7's Infrastructure Partnership, promoting alternative corridors. Central Asian and Caucasus nations are being courted by both sides, balancing Chinese investment with Western projects. Turkey too plays both sides, deepening ties with China and Russia, while remaining a key NATO member. The new era of competition is fought with infrastructure, not armies, as nations vie for influence through connectivity. The China-Iran Railway stands at the front line of this global contest. The China-Iran Railway is more than just a feat of engineering. It's a bold statement on the world stage, a symbol of ambition and vision that stretches far beyond steel tracks and concrete ties. It's a sign of shifting global power, a realignment that is quietly but steadily changing the rules of international engagement. For centuries, control of the seas meant control of trade and influence. Empires rose and fell on the strength of their navies and their ability to command the world's shipping lanes. Now, this iron artery across Eurasia challenges that maritime order, forging a new path for goods, ideas, and alliances to flow across the continent. It signals the rise of a land-based system led by China, Russia, and Iran, nations determined to shape their own destinies and reduce reliance on traditional sea routes. This new network will reshape supply chains, create new economic centers, and foster industries in places once considered remote or disconnected. It will also reduce the strategic importance of maritime chokepoints, shifting the balance of power away from the oceans and toward the vast interior of Eurasia. The world's economic map is being redrawn before our eyes, as new routes and connections spark growth and competition. These corridors are creating wealth and opportunity across the continent, transforming local economies and linking distant communities. This shift accelerates the fragmentation of the global order into competing blocs, China, Iran, and Russia on one side, the West on the other, each vying for influence and security in a rapidly changing landscape. Nations in between must now choose their alignments in a multipolar world, weighing their interests and futures in a time of uncertainty. The era of a single US-led global system is ending, giving way to a more complex and unpredictable order. The Iron Silk Road is pulling the world's center of gravity eastward, shifting the focus of innovation, investment, and ambition. A new era is dawning, one where Eurasia reclaims its place at the heart of global affairs, and the tectonic plates of trade and power continue to shift beneath our feet.